Okay, so the topic is Kirchhoff's laws. Now, I have written over here that a law which is more comprehensive than Ohm's law, that is the Kirchhoff's law. Now, why we need this law? This law is needed to solve any electrical networks which we cannot readily solve by Ohm's law. Alright, now why this law is useful? This law is useful for finding the resistance and finding the current for any electrical network. Alright, now let's come to this laws. There are two types of Kirchhoff's law. First law is Kirchhoff's point law or current law, that is KCL. What it states? It states in any electrical network the algebraic sum of the currents meeting at a point or junction is 0. That means summation of the total current is equals to 0. We can say in a more simplified way that total current which is leaving a junction is equal to the total current entering the junction. Let me explain this. Suppose here you see this is A, this is my junction. Okay, now over here you see I1 is one current, this is entering, and I2 is one current which is leaving. So when I1 is entering, that's going to be something which is adding. Okay, so that's going to be plus I1. Now see for I2, this is leaving, means something which is going out. Okay, so we can subtract that, so minus I2. Similarly I3 is leaving, so I'm giving minus I3. I4 is entering, I'm giving plus I4, and I5 is leaving, so I'm giving minus I5. Now over here what I have written, that it simply means that the total current leaving a junction. So whatever the currents those who are leaving the junctions, that's going to be equal to the total current which is entering the junction. How we can prove this? See from this here, you have I1 plus I4 minus I2 minus I3 and minus I5 equals to 0. So my incoming currents are I1 and I4, and my outgoing currents are I2, I3, I5. So this is equal. Alright, incoming currents is equal to outgoing current. This is my law, and we knew that the summation of all the currents equals to 0. So here summation of all the currents is 0. So this is my law. Like this we can say. Now when you see incoming current equals to outgoing current, that means whatever current is entering, that much current is leaving. So there is neither any accumulation of charge at any point in the circuit nor any charges removed from there. Alright, so by this we can understand that Kirchhoff's law is simply a statement of the conservation of charge. Okay, so Kirchhoff's mesh law or voltage law, KVL. This is the second law of Kirchhoff's law. Now, what does this law states? The algebraic sum of the products of currents and resistance. You see this summation of current and resistance. Okay, in each of the conductors in any closed path or mesh, closed path or mesh is going to be like, suppose this you see in this diagram, this is the closed path, or you can say mesh. Okay, these are the thing, plus the algebraic sum of the EMF in that path is 0. So this is a summation of EMF. This entire summation will give you the 0. So this is my KVL. Alright, now well, we will be solving this kind of sums. See, the algebraic sum is a sum which takes into account the polarities of the voltage drop. So we should take special care of the polarities. Now, in applying this Kirchhoff's law, we have to pay special attention on this sign of this voltage drop and this EMF. All right, otherwise we will get wrong results. All right, now here in this figure, these are the loops, these things are the loops, and nodes, these are the nodes, these are whatever we have, these are the nodes, and this is the voltage. Okay, now how will you determine the voltage sign? Now I have said that we have to pay special attention on the signs. Now how to determine that? First of all, sign of battery EMF. Okay, so how will you determine that? See, if I'm having any rise in voltage, I will give a positive sign. If I'm having any fall in voltage, I will give a negative sign. Now how to understand whether it is a rise in voltage or fall in voltage? Suppose here you see, this is my battery. Now here you have negative and here you have positive. So what you find over here, there is a rise in voltage. From negative it is going to positive. So there we will give plus E. Alright. Similarly over here you see from positive to negative. So here we have fall in voltage. So that will be minus C. Alright. Now for this is for your resistance. You see a resistance over here. When you have a resistance, first of all you need to see what's your direction of current. You see here we have positive, here we have negative, so definitely the direction of current is in this direction, and this is the direction of motion. All right, now this direction of motion you need to take by yourself. You have to take either in anti-clockwise direction or in clockwise direction. Suppose I say over here you see, if I am taking in this direction like this is my clockwise direction, so this is my direction of motion. If I am taking in opposite direction, like I am taking like this, so this is my anti-clockwise direction. So these directions are the direction of motion. All right, we will discuss about it vividly afterwards. And now see, so over here you have your direction of current in this direction, you have your direction of motion in the similar direction. In that case you have to consider your minus. Why minus? Because you see, positive, your voltage is positive and negative, so there is a fall in voltage. So when you have a fall in voltage, what we actually put, we put minus V, isn't it? Here we have seen that fall, when it is fall we put minus, so here minus V, and V, we know V equals to what? IR. So IR is also going to be minus IR, this will be also minus. So like this, when we are seeing that both are in same direction, your current and motion, we will give minus sign. All right, minus sign to what? Minus sign to my IR. Okay, product of my current and resistance. Now for this is my rise in voltage, this is my negative to positive. So here we have rise in voltage, so this we will give positive sign, but we have to see our direction of current is in this direction, because here we have positive, here we have negative, and our direction of motion is in this direction. So both are in opposite direction. When both are in opposite direction, we will take positive sign, as well as we will see that our rise in voltage is in this direction. All right, so this we have to keep in mind, what to take for this and for this. All right, same direction, negative sign, opposite direction, positive sign for resistance. Now see this note. All right, what I have written a short note over here, that it is important to note the sign of the battery EMF. It is important to note that the sign of the battery EMF is independent of the direction of current through that branch. You see, when I am talking about this EMF signs, I am not taking the direction of the current, because here I am not taking the directions of the current. I am only seeing whether it is a rise in voltage or in a fall in voltage. I am not seeing nothing else beyond that. So this we have to keep it in mind. Okay, so sign of IR drop, that is product of current and resistance drop. When I am going to find out the sign for this voltage drop, I have to keep in mind that I will only consider the direction of current, and I don't need to look after the polarity of the EMF. Alright, now when we look in this loop, I have to decide in which direction I want to take my direction of motion. It can be in this direction or it can be in this direction. Okay, so this is my clockwise direction, this is my anti-clockwise direction. So whatever the direction you keep, you have to take that direction throughout your numerical. Okay, now I am taking this direction. So let's find out the voltage drop for this branch AB. Okay, so first of all, my direction of motion is in this direction, and where is my direction of current? It's also in this direction. So as we have seen before, when my direction of current and direction of motion are same, then we will take negative. Alright, we will take negative. So my I1 R1 is going to be negative. Look for this R2 here for this branch BC. For this, you see, my direction of current in this direction and my direction of motion, if I consider this one, my direction of motion is also in this direction. So both are in same direction. So similarly, the way we did previously, it's going to be negative. Now this one, this resistance, here my direction of current is in this direction, but my direction of motion is in this direction. Alright, we have taken this direction. So for this, you see, both are in opposite direction. So when both are direction of current and motion are in opposite direction, we take plus. So here my I3 R3 is positive. Now for this R4, you see, direction of current is in this direction, direction of motion is also in this direction, both are in same direction. So we take negative for this. Now coming towards this EMF, first E1, you see, this is my negative, this is my positive. So here is what? Here is the rise in voltage, isn't it, from negative to positive. So when we see rise in voltage, we give a positive sign for this. So my E1 is going to be positive. For E2, you see, this is positive, this is negative. So here we have a fall in voltage. So here we have a fall in voltage. For fall in voltage, we take negative sign. So this is negative. Like this, we have got all the voltage drop for each branch as well as the EMFs. Now when we apply Kirchhoff's voltage law, we get, putting all the things, and we know summation of this product of current and resistance as well as the EMF will give us what? 0. So here we get this, and after simplifying we get this one. Alright, we are just putting EMF this side and current this side, altogether current resistance product this side. Okay, now one thing you have to keep in mind, the important point is that once a particular direction has been assumed, the same should be used throughout the solution of the question. You cannot change the direction. Okay, if you are taking this direction, you must take this direction. If you are taking this direction, you must take this direction. Otherwise you can get the wrong answer.